Richard I, the 8th of September 1157 to the 6th of April 1199, was King of England from 1189 until his death. He also ruled as Duke of Normandy, Aquitaine and Gascony, Lord of Cyprus, Count of Poitiers, Anjou, Maine, and Nantes, and was overlord of Brittany at various times during the same period. He was the third of 5 sons of King Henry II of England and Duchess Eleanor of Aquitaine, and seemed unlikely to become king. But all of his brothers except the youngest, John, predeceased their father. Richard is known as Richard Cœur de Lion, Norman French, Le Cœur de Lion, or Richard the Lionheart because of his reputation as a great military leader and warrior. The troubadour Bertran de Born also called him Richard Occitan, Occitan for yes and no, possibly from reputation for terseness. By the age of 16, Richard had taken command of his own army, putting down rebellions in Poitiers against his father. Richard was an important Christian commander during the Third Crusade, leading the campaign after the departure of Philip II of France and achieving considerable victories against his Muslim counterpart, Saladin. Although he failed to retake Jerusalem, Richard probably spoke both French and Occitan. He was born in England, where he spent his childhood. Before becoming king, however, he lived most of his adult life in the Duchy of Aquitaine, in the southwest of France. Following his accession, he spent very little time, perhaps as little as 6 months, in England. Most of his life as king was spent on crusade, in captivity, or actively defending his lands in France, rather than regarding his kingdom as a responsibility requiring his presence as ruler. He has been perceived as preferring to use it merely as a source of revenue to support his armies. Nevertheless, he was seen as a pious hero by his subjects. He remains one of the few kings of England remembered more commonly by his epithet than his regnal number, and is an enduring iconic figure both in England and in France.